Just 1 year ago, a major winter storm hit here in northwest Arkansas. Students hoped for canceled classes, but little did they know what was usually a simple snow day turned into a record-breaking catastrophic ice storm.
A vicious ice storm has paralyzed much of the northern part of Arkansas as dangerous weather has again taken lives, ravaged communities, and left hundreds of thousands of residents without power. Many emergency officials are telling me that this is the most widespread weather-related damage and destruction they've seen in all their years.
On Tuesday, freezing rain coated roads and power lines across the area, making roads treacherous or even impassable. The heavy ice brought down power lines that would leave an estimated 800,000 homes across the northwest corner of Arkansas without power.
I declared a state of emergency in Arkansas. This declaration helped coordinate our state agencies with the Department of Emergency Management, cutting through red tape to more quickly provide necessary resources to assist the cities and counties with the most critical needs.
Just 1 day later, President Obama declared a state of emergency for the impacted counties in Arkansas. While the state was dealing with this unprecedented ice storm, the U of A was also facing many obstacles. For the first time in the school's 137-year history, classes were canceled for 4 days in a row.
Last week's ice storm was extremely difficult for northwest Arkansas and the university community. Arguably, not in the history of the university has the area experienced a weather event that affected so large a number of people to the extent that this storm has affected virtually all of us. As a result, we believed that canceling classes and suspending operations for an extended period of time was in the best interests of our students, our staff, and our faculty, most of whom faced power outages at home and dangerous conditions throughout campus and the entire region. Attempting to hold classes seemed like an unnecessary risk under the circumstances.
But even when classes are canceled and university offices and businesses are closed, that doesn't mean the university closes. 4,500 students live on campus and their needs don't stop for inclement weather.
Vital components of the university continued to run during this time due to the tireless efforts of dozens upon dozens of staff. Facilities management teams worked upwards of 12-hour shifts to maintain power and basic services to most of the campus throughout the storm. They worked around the clock to remove hanging limbs and dangerous debris from roads and sidewalks. They quickly repaired damage done by falling trees. They worked to ensure icy pathways and precarious icicles did not threaten drivers and pedestrians.
The university's heating and power grids are all underground, so the main campus had power for all but 1 hour. But Greek houses and the Duncan Avenue apartments weren't so lucky. Cots and bedding were set up for about 270 students that had lost power from these locations. Another necessity for students on campus was access to dining halls. Dining services knew how important it was to be fully functional and operated on as close to normal hours as possible during the entire week. Between Tuesday and Friday, they served over 16,000 meals to students and crews working on campus. While initial concerns were to keep people safe, cleanup quickly began on campus and around northwest Arkansas. It became apparent that this ice storm would leave a lasting footprint on the area for years to come.
Obviously, this has been an unprecedented event, one that continues to unfold even after the ice has melted and classes have resumed. Unfortunately, despite these remarkable efforts, our campus greenery sustained extensive damage. The extent of the damage is so great that we may not be able to know the full stock of the devastation to many of our majestic trees for some time. But we will recover. In that spirit, our students have taken the lead in organizing a day of campus service cleanup. It's yet another example of the unwavering spirit of a Razorback and the dedication of so many to our university.
Ice storm damage and cleanup on the U of A campus was estimated to cost over $700,000.
When natural disasters threaten our state, we hope for the best but prepare for the worst. Such was the case this week as hundreds of thousands of Arkansans looked to their leaders for quick action and attention to their needs. The response has been unprecedented because for many Arkansas communities, this disaster was unprecedented. Even though the weather has calmed, our dedication to cleanup and rebuilding will not slow down.
For On the Hill, I'm Savannah Reading.